Senator Lindsey Graham is in our Washington, D.C. bureau. He's been listening to this. And, sir, welcome to our program here. Just as the Republicans get their turn, we wanted to give you a turn as well here. And you said yesterday, well, it appears clearly that these two articles are headed your way in the Senate. Yesterday, you said, we want to deep six this thing, suggesting you want to get rid of it as quickly as possible. What's that time frame, Senator?
Well, what I would imagine would happen, what I'd like to see happen, is for this thing to get over as soon as possible. I don't want to give it any legitimacy because it's a crock. You know, I trusted Mueller, who is an outside entity, to look at all things Trump and Russia. He did for 2 years and took no action. Every impeachment except this one has been conducted by outside counsel. Ken Starr and Clinton. The Watergate prosecutors found misconduct by President Nixon. This is being driven by Democratic partisans. It's being rushed. There's no due process. Abuse of power, if you're looking for it, my Democratic House colleagues, look in the mirror. So here's what's going to happen. I hope we'll look at the record they used to impeach the president. If they get 218 votes, that will be the trial record. Let the House managers present their case. Let the president's lawyers comment on the House case. Then vote. I don't have any desire to call the vice president. I don't have any desire to call Pompeo, Hunter Biden, or Joe Biden. We can look at the Biden affair outside of impeachment. My goal is to end this as soon as possible for the good of the country, because I think it's a danger to the presidency to legitimize this.
A couple things here then. Does that mean no witnesses at all?
I don't need any witnesses at all.
Okay, and then
I am ready to go.
In terms of time. Is it a week? Is it 2 weeks? Is it a month? What is it?
It's closer to a week for sure. How long does it take for the House to appear before the Senate to go over the evidence they used to impeach the president in the House? The trial record should be the documents they use for impeachment in the House, no more, no less. I'm not interested in any witnesses. This thing is a sham, a crock. I don't want to legitimize it. I want to get it over with. And there's plenty of ways to do oversight outside of impeachment when it comes to corruption in the Ukraine, and we will.
I wanted to ask you, Senator, thank you for joining us as we continue to look on at Capitol Hill and the ongoings there. Ask you about this new report that says that the whistleblowers team is preparing for the possibility of testimony. Have you heard anything about that or on that?
No, I think the whistleblower needs to be known. But when it comes to the trial itself, the country needs to get it over with. The Senate needs to move on to things that matter to the American people. We need to get this cloud removed from President Trump. It is a joke. I did trust Mueller to be fair. He found nothing actionable. I do not trust Nadler, Schiff, and Pelosi to be fair. They're being driven by the most radical people in the country. So as to the whistleblower, I think it is important that we find out who this person is that started this whole charade. But when it comes to extending the trial, I'm not in the extending the trial camp. I'm into getting it over with camp.
As we watch this sort of sausage making on Capitol Hill this morning, and we'll get back to that in just a moment, you've been live tweeting during that, Senator. And just a few moments ago, you tweeted, if House Democrats are looking for an abuse of power, they should look in the mirror. What did you mean by that?
I mean, this is the first impeachment in history conducted by partisans. The Intel Committee gathered the facts. The president's lawyer was excluded from participating in the Intel Committee. The House Republicans on Intel were denied the ability to call any witnesses. They couldn't find anything about the whistleblower. This started with an anonymous complaint. They couldn't look at as to whether or not there's real corruption on behalf of Hunter Biden. All that was shut down. It moves to the Judiciary Committee. They have a hearing with 4 law professors. After that hearing, given 4 opinions, Nancy Pelosi moves to articles of impeachment. They shut the president out in the Judiciary Committee in terms of putting on the defense. So when this comes to the Senate, I'm going to treat it as the sham it is. For the future of the presidency itself, we need not legitimize this in the Senate, because what they've done in the House, I think, is a danger to the presidency. Behind closed door testimony, 90% of it hearsay.
Senator, one more minute here. Yesterday, during that Carter Page, Michael Horowitz hearing, I should say, you asked, was the FBI spying on Donald Trump? Horowitz called it illegal surveillance.
Right.
If there is no Carter Page warrant 3.5 years ago, What do the last 3 years look like?
Well, so what I can't get over is why it took Mueller 2 years to find out the obvious. The Carter-Page theory that he was working with the Russians fell apart completely in January of 2017. Carter-Page was not working with the Russians. There is no evidence that Manafort, Flynn, Carter-Page, or Papadopoulos were working with the Russians. All the evidence is quite the opposite. And when they found exculpatory information about Mr. Page, the FBI and the DOJ hid it from the court and actually lied about the evidence. They altered documents to keep the investigation going. This was opened as a counterintelligence investigation under the theory of protecting the Trump campaign from foreign interference. They had no interest in protecting President Trump. Every time there was a stop sign, they ran it. Every time they had information that should have ended the investigation, they kept going, because the goal of these people was to destroy President Trump. If you don't believe me, listen to their own words.
Senator, my 5 minutes is up for now. Thank you for coming on today. Senator Lindsey Graham there in Washington.